Good morning, class. Welcome back. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. My dear students, if it's not urgent, beta, please don't go out from the home. Local transmission has already been started, and we know that every day 150 cases are coming out. Fine. So I am not making you scared through the video, but my dear students, please take care. Okay. So welcome back to the same chapter, module 4. All parts of the earth do not receive the same amount of heat from the sun. Why? Because of the tilt of the earth's axis. As we all know that the places near the equator have warmer climate condition because they receive direct rays of the sun. The places which lie in the polar regions have colder climate because they receive a slanting rays of the sun. Fine. Here they are saying that of course our earth do not receive the same amount of heat because the tilt of the earth's axis. As we know that places near the equator have warmer climate condition and because they receive a direct rays of the sun. The places which lie in the polar region, we have a two polar region, frigid zone, North Pole and South Pole. And then this is what we are talking about, the frigid zone. Have colder climate and because it receives a slanting rays of the sun, the region is very cold. And as for this, our earth is divided into three zones, that is torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. As we know that the area lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is the hottest part of the earth. Because it is the hottest part of the earth, it is called the torrid zone. The area lying near the poles, that lies the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and between the Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. This is all in southern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere, this is southern hemisphere. Are very cold climate and so is known as a frigid zone. The area lying between both, that is torrid zone and frigid zone, in both the hemisphere, either northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, and the climate is very moderate, and that temperate, none other than is known as a temperate zone, and this region is known as a temperate zone. Now let's have a brief look about the torrid zone. Torrid zone, as we all know, it's extremely hot. This zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Because it is a hottest zone, the sun is directly overhead at least once during the solar year in this zone. And most part of India lie in this zone. This is our India lies mostly, most part, I am not saying whole part of the India, but most part of the maximum part of India which lie in this zone. Then comes to the temperate zone. If we are asking in the exam, at least write 3 points about the torrid zone. You have to learn from the same. Temperate zone, as we know that it is neither too hot nor too cold. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the north, and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the south. Here, the sun is never directly overhead. And again, the climate is moderate because of slanting rays of the sun. For annual seasons, that is spring, summer, autumn and winter, it also occur in this area. So here the sun is never directly overhead. Here the climate is very moderate. Why the climate is very moderate? Because of the slanting rays of the sun. Here 4 annual seasons, that is spring, summer, autumn and winter, it also occur in this area. Europe, North America and higher reaches of Asia in not temperate zones, that is all in not temperate zones. Southern Australia, some part of South America and South Africa, which is lie in South temperate zone. Moving forward, we'll see about the frigid zone. As we know, this zone is very cold or freezing. It lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. The coldest part of the earth due to absence of sunlight, and because it is also covered with ice and snow. So here they are saying that this zone is very cold and of course it is very freezing. This zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. This part of the earth, due to the absence of sunlight, because it is absence of the sunlight, this is covered with ice and snow. Now we'll have a quick recap from this module. Means from both the, you can say all 4 modules, we have learned about the weather, we have learned about the climate, then we have also covered latitude, distance from the equator, distance from the land surface, that is known as altitude, distance from the seesaw, then humidity, moisture in air, wind speed of air movement. We have also learned about torrid, that is very hot zone, temperate zone, which is very moderate zone, and frigid zone is very cold zone. I hope this all 3 zones, that is the torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone, is clear to you all. What you students have to do is, you have to learn that torrid zone lies between what, which area and which main latitudes. Even you have to learn about the temperate zone, that from where to where it extends along with the degrees. Fine. Same you have to see from the frigid zone as well. Fine. I hope this module 1, 2, 3 and 4 is clear. Beta, every time in each module I used to say, if you have any query or confusion, please you do contact me anytime. From the boys side, you contact Ma'am Vasani also. Fine. In this module 3 and 4, I have added a small animation just for a change. So from the animation, I know that it would be more clear to you all. Fine. Then too, if you feel that something, ma'am, some topic is still not clear, you can ask me. Okay. And please, my dear students, avoid going outside. Fine. Please stay home, stay safe, enjoy learning, keep on watching the video again and again till the concept is not clear. Fine. In my ERP and Ma'am Vasani's ERP will be going to upload the question answers and solved exercise. So exercise you have to do in your textbook and question answers as usual you have to do in your classwork. First you have to do hard words and then followed by question answers. Till that beta, enjoy, fine. But again and again I am saying you, please don't go out until and unless if it's not emergency. Okay, stay home, stay safe. Here I am signing up. Thank you class. Good day.
At our place today. Let's ask him about the weather at his home. Hello, Bear. How's the weather at your home? He is saying something. He is pointing to the calendar of the whole year. It looks like he is playing charades with me.
I think I can tell what our friend Polar Bear is saying. Hi there. He is pointing towards the calendar of the whole year and doing the acting of shivering like we shiver in the winter.
Oh, that means there is winter at his home for the whole year.
Yes, polar bears live in the polar regions, and it is cold there throughout the year.
But why? We have summer, spring, and many other seasons here, but the polar regions only have winters. Why is that?
For that, you need to understand about the different climate zones of the Earth.
Okay, let's ask our friend Polar Bear to learn about climate zones. I can't see him. Can you see him? Oh, he is sleeping like always. Let's leave him here.
Yes, before we start learning about climate zones, first tell me the difference between weather and climate.
I know that the climate of a place is its weather over a long period of time.
Yes, the weather changes from day to day and even from 1 hour to another. It can be sunny and hot in the morning and cold and wet in the evening.
Weather reflects the short-term conditions of the atmosphere, while the climate is the average daily weather for an extended period of time at a certain place.
Now let's learn about the causes of different kinds of climate in different parts of the world. Look at this.
Oh, it's a globe. Why are there different colors in different parts of the globe?
The colors on the globe represent the average temperature of those places.
That means the places near the equator have a very high temperature.
Yes, the temperature over there is in the range of 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
And it is less than -10 degrees Fahrenheit in the polar regions.
Yes, look at this picture of the globe. We can divide the whole of our Earth into 3 heat zones based on the climate.
I can see that. The area near the poles is known as the polar region, and the areas near the equator are known as the torrid regions.
Correct. And areas between torrid and polar zones are known as temperate zones.
Can you tell me more about these zones?
Okay, let me take you through each of these zones one by one. You know that the equator is an imaginary line on the globe that divides the Earth into 2 halves. Like we learned before, there are 3 major climate zones: the polar zone, the temperate zone, and the torrid zone. Let's first look at the torrid zone. This is in the area around the equator. It lies between 2 imaginary lines, which are the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. In this zone, the temperature is very high as the rays of the sun directly fall on this area.
Wow! Can you tell me more about this zone?
Yes, all the major deserts are present in this zone. And yes, it's not all about the deserts. A lot of rain happens here also.
I know. This is because the high temperatures near the equator cause faster evaporation of water.
You're a genius! Higher temperatures result in higher amount of evaporation of water from the Earth's surface, which causes a lot of rain.
Okay, Now let's move on to the temperate zone.
There are 2 temperate zones, one in northern hemisphere and one in southern hemisphere. It is the largest among all climate zones. The weather over here is moderate as the sun rays do not directly fall in the temperate zone.
Moderate means it's neither very cold nor very hot.
Yes, and in a few of these areas, there is year-round rainfall.
Oh, now our friend the polar bear wants to see his home, the polar zone.
This zone is known as the polar zone as it lies close to the poles. There are 2 polar zones, one near the North Pole above the Arctic Circle and another one surrounding the South Pole. It is above the Antarctic Circle.
And like our guest, the polar bear told us, it is very cold over here throughout the year.
Yes, this is because near the polar regions, the rays of sun are very slanted.
I have a question.
Yes?
How do sun rays affect the weather? You mentioned something about direct sun rays and slanted sun rays. I'm confused.
That is a very good question. Sun rays play a very important role in the climate of any place. You know that our Earth is spherical in shape, right?
Yes?
Look here. The region near the equator gets more direct rays of sun. The direct rays are concentrated over a smaller area, and so they heat up the Earth more. As we go away from the equator, the sun's rays strike the Earth's surface at an angle. The slanting rays spread over a larger area, and so they don't heat to the same extent as direct rays.
Oh, that's why the temperature decreases as we go away from the equator.
Let us see it once again to understand it more.
Oh, it is very clear in this picture. Areas covered by the rays falling directly is smaller than the area covered by the slanting rays.
Yeah, that is why areas near the equator get more heat, but areas near the poles get lesser heat, as the same amount of heat is spread over large geography.
Now I understand. Is there anything else that affects the climate of the area?
For that, you need to answer a question. Look here. See that blue part? Why is the temperature here lesser than the surrounding areas?
Oh, it is very strange. This area is near the equator, but still the temperature is very low.
Now look at this picture. What do you see in the red color?
Oh, these are Himalayas.
Yeah, the place showing lesser temperature in the first picture are the Himalayan mountains.
Now I understand. The higher you go, the colder it is.
As we move up, temperature keeps going down.
So elevation of a place also affects the climate of a place.
Yeah, direction of sun rays and elevation are 2 important factors that affect the climate of a place.
Are there any other factors?
Yeah, there are many, like ocean currents, terrain, etc., etc., but we will study about them in next grade.